I once heard a saying that big doors swing on little hinges. And the idea here is that when you are pursuing success in something, there is often a few simple principles or rules that if you can consistently implement those rules or principles, big, magical, wonderful things happen. And definitely this is true for fitness. Having simple fitness rules is one of the greatest gifts that I can give you. Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. When fitness gets complicated, people get confused and they don't follow through. So what I want to do in this video is to present to you a list of simple fitness rules, just little hacks, or if you don't like the word hack, let's try the word heuristic, mental shortcuts or general rules of thumb that are very easy to remember, very easy to implement, and they offer a range generally or a large area of success where if you're just in this general neighborhood, if you follow this rule in a general, even if not exceptionless way, you're going to see some pretty powerful and profound results. These rules vary. Some are related to nutrition, some are related to working out, some concern weight loss, some concern weight gain. I'm just putting forth some of the rules that I wish I would have known sooner and that I have found over my many years of experience. These really do help people get good, practical results in minimal time. So let's get started. Okay, the first rule is somewhat familiar. You've probably heard me talk about this before, but stick around because I'm sure some of these rules will be new. It's the protein target rule. When it comes to nutrition, we know that if you just push protein numbers up, magic happens. Now, the traditional bro science rule here is to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight per day. That is often a bit of overkill. It's generally not all that easy to eat that much protein, especially if you're already on the heavier side. Here's what I recommend instead: 1 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight per day. So whatever you want to weigh, say 160 pounds, try to get in that general direction with respect to protein consumption daily. Doing so will boost satiety, help to fuel your intense muscle building workouts, and slay sugar and hunger cravings as well. So that's the first rule, protein rule. The second rule is the rule of 300. And there's actually kind of two variations here. So the idea is this: hey, if you want to lose weight, then try to hit a 300-ish calorie deficit per day. And 300-ish is a good rule because it's aggressive enough that you will see results, but it's not so aggressive that it's unrealistic or will cause you to lose too much muscle mass either. So it's sort of a sweet spot, if you will, to facilitate fat loss, but also not to waste away too much muscle. On the other hand, if you want to gain weight, then aim for a 300-ish calorie surplus per day. And again, this is a sort of sweet spot where it's aggressive enough that you'll be able to actually see results with respect to muscle gain, but it's not so over the top that you'll just gain a bunch of fat either. And again, 300-ish doesn't have to be exactly on the dot. Somewhere in that general vicinity is going to be just great. Okay, the next rule also has two variations, or actually it's two different rules, but they have the same name. It's the 5-2 rule, or the 5-2 rules. So the first one concerns calorie cycling. And we know this is very effective for sustainability, for giving you certain psychological and physiological breaks, for retaining lean muscle mass, and also just keeping your hormones happy. And it goes like this: 5 days per week, you hit that calorie deficit, say with the rule of 300. 2 days per week, you just return to maintenance, and maybe you have some extra carbs as well. So you have those strategic refeeds. So 5 days deficit, 2 days back to maintenance. The other 5-2 rule is if you want a little boost, then what you do is you implement fasting 2 days per week. So on non-consecutive days, you essentially just skip breakfast, have a light lunch, and then just resume with a normal healthy dinner. So that's the other 5-2 rule, is just essentially 2 days of intermittent fasting. The easy way to do this: skip breakfast, light lunch, maybe a salad or soup or something like that, and then a normal dinner. Just give you a little extra push towards fat loss and help to develop a certain fasting discipline, which can be useful in many different respects. Okay, the next rule is the rule of 10 big heavy sets. So if you want to gain strength and muscle, this is a great rule. Essentially, you just have to do 10 big heavy sets per major muscle group or movement pattern per week. That's it. However you want to get it is up to you. You might want to just do 2 sets of 5, say for pushing, pulling, hinging, squatting, or you might want to do a set of 3 on Monday, a set of 3 on Wednesday, and a set of 4 on Friday. Just 10-ish, somewhere in the general neighborhood of 10 big, hard, heavy sets. So what does that mean? So, well, big movements, things like military pressing, front squats, deadlifts, and rep-wise, somewhere between 6 to 12 reps, and you gotta go really heavy with it. So for these to count, you need to be working very close to failure or at least technical failure. So if you want to really gain strength and muscle, the rule of 10 big, heavy sets is gonna do it for you. All right, the next rule is the rule of 80-20 cardio, and it goes like this. 80% of your time spent working on your cardiovascular health, do low intensity stuff, so like brisk walking. And then 20% of your time, do really high intensity stuff like sprints. This way you'll get sort of the best of all worlds with respect to cardiovascular health and training. You're kind of training on the extremes, but disproportionately. More time spent walking, so 3 to 4 days per week, or even just every day. Try to go for a 30 to 60 minute brisk walk. It's not a super slow, leisurely thing. You're walking, you're power walking, right? But then 1 to 2 days per week, try to do something much higher intensity. Sprints are a great option, but you could also use kettlebell complexes, circuits, chains, all that sort of thing as well. Okay, I have a few other bonus rules. Some of these are fun, but they're all effective. A few of them are goofy. So check this rule out. This is a silly one, but we'll see how many of you do it. It's called the reverse the stair rule. So this is a way just to get a lot of steps in. And the idea is this: whenever you go down a flight of stairs, automatically go back up and down again. Or whenever you go up, if I can't say it without laughing, because you're gonna look so stupid, but what else is new? Go up the stairs, back down, and then up again. It's just an easy way to just get a lot more steps, and people will wonder what you're doing. So try that out. Okay, the next rule is concerning food selection. And the idea here is, I got 2 rules here for you. One is don't drink your calories. And there's gonna be an exception to this in another rule, but we'll cover that in a minute. But generally this is such an effective way for people to just get a whole bunch of unnecessary calories out of their diet. This might be an easy way to hit the other rule of 300. So no soda, no juice, no fancy coffee drinks. Just don't drink your calories. Simple. It just works wonders for people. Okay, the next one is don't eat foods that have a slogan or a mascot. Now, why is this? Well, last I checked, a lot of the best food decisions, like chicken breast and broccoli, they don't come with a slogan or mascot. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't pay enough attention to pop culture. But here's the deal. If something or someone promises you that you can't eat just one of them, they're right. Avoid that stuff. It tends to be hyper palatable, crappy food decisions. So stick to foods that are close to nature, minimally processed, your lean meats, fruits, vegetables, and generally, again, I'm sure there are exceptions, they don't come with slogans or mascots. Okay, just a few more rules to cover, my friends. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. The next one is the protein shake rule. This is kind of a good way just to help move in 1 or 2 directions. So the rule is this: if you want to lose weight, then consider replacing 1 meal per day with a high-quality protein shake, whether it's a whey protein or a vegetarian or vegan protein option, some fresh or frozen fruits and vegetables, maybe some healthy fats like almond butter, avocado. Really good way to help get calorie control happening in your life, and also just a lot of good nutrients and to be super satiating and control hunger and all that. So replace 1 meal per day if you want to lose weight. If you want to gain weight, check this out. Add 1 protein shake per day to your meal. So this could be like a good way to actually, again, get to that rule of 300 in either direction. Here's my other little tip for that. If you're focusing on gaining weight, eat the meal first and then have the protein shake on top. If you have the protein shake first, it might fill you up a little bit too much for the meal. It's the idea of put the rocks in and then add the water on top. Okay, so there you have it, my friends. Those are just some very simple fitness rules that I wish I knew sooner. They're very effective, they're practical, they're easy to follow. You might want to use many of them, maybe all of them, or at least some of them. I'm sure at least some of them you'll find use for, or at least use for your clients. Now I want to hear from you. What are some simple fitness rules that you have discovered, that you have used in your life or when you're working with other people, that just get the job done? They're brain dead, super effective, simple rules that you wish you would have known sooner. Please share those in the comments. My name is Pat Flynn, Strong On. Hey, before you go, real quick, let me remind you that my brand new fitness book, Strong On, is coming out very, very soon, and I would love for you to pre-order it, and you can be very confident and have absolute assurance that all proceeds go to my direct financial benefit. So take comfort in that, knowing that you will have this amazingly orange book on your shelf that indeed shares many very simple fitness rules, 101 brand new high-intensity fat blasting kettlebell workouts, 4 different minimalist programs that you can follow for fat loss, strength, muscle gain, mobility, and boosting your endurance so you can become an absolute physical specimen. Check it out, Strong On.